I'd like to welcome everyone to the 8th meeting of the National Black Feminist Book Group of our reading of We Are the Ones We Have Been Waiting For, Inner Light in a Time of Darkness, Meditations by Alice Walker. And I'm Georgette Moses. I'm your moderator for this evening from Columbia, South Carolina. I'd like to go around and have each of our core members introduce themselves. Let's start with Randie.
Hi everyone, my name is Randie. I am watching from Atlanta and I'm excited for tonight.
My name is Walker. I'm joining you all from Connecticut.
My name is Michelle Odom. I am here in the Bronx, New York tonight.
Hi Kim.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi everybody.
And tonight it's our last two chapters, chapter 13 and 14, Orchids and to be led by happiness. Chapter 13, Orchids. Okay.
Walker uses power to subtly compare it to human beings who have experienced tremendous cruelty like Japanese women, Iraqi children, Native American children, and Black people who sometimes feel the need to self-eradicate. She suggests indirectly that healing these soul wounds is indeed possible with application of a little tender, loving care, the kind of care we associate with Blackness. To strengthen our capacity to deliver this care, we must care for our own souls. To be Black means to have body and soul together, she asserts, and the practice of yoga is a strategy for accomplishing.
Okay, thank you. We are on E, post-yoga meditations. And so I'll go ahead and read that one. There are wounded souls all over the world, and we have no idea how to take care of us. We will continue to kill ourselves until we reveal, acknowledge, and control the sadist within human beings. Walker says that to free ourselves, we must listen to the harrowing tales our people must share with us. Knowing the past will help deconstruct the dysfunction in our own lives. We will need the power of yoga and meditation to help us hold our protective chi. This life force will help us to heal. We will no longer be zombies. Our bodies and souls will be bound together, and we will again be able to care about everything. In our Blackness, our compassion, we will blossom like the orchid in our rotten log or ordinary tree. And question 9 is Walker says that what keeps her from being totally pessimistic about our being in America is that she has known Black people who are whole and healthy, mentally and spiritually sound, and deeply happy. Have your experiences been similar or different? And then question 10 is, have you experienced the power of compassion in your life or witnessed it work in someone else's?
I think for me, what keeps me from being totally pessimistic um, is what you guys have heard me talk about before, the 500-year plan. Or as Georgette and Kim were saying earlier, we're generations, or Randie, generations and generations from being healthy and whole as a whole. Um, we talked last week about whether or not Alice Walker had too much time in her hands. Um, but I think what she is an example of the sort of uneven development that that is evident throughout humanity. We're not all in the same place. We didn't start out in the same place, and we're not going to end up in the same place. Um, we're sort of moving along individualized development curves. But in terms of the 500-year plan, really, um, that just is my way of remembering um, that that change is really, um, I think, more about evolution than revolution. Um, if we look at what life was like 2,000 years ago, um, in biblical times, um, you can see some progress. If you look at it 50 years ago, you see some progress, but maybe not so much. And you see some slide back. But that's how it is, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But that I think that it's really important that we figure out ways to kind of hold the ground we have and transmit what knowledge and skills and strategies we can to future generations. So when I think about it like that, I don't feel responsible for solving every problem or or being all things to all people. I don't know, Georgette, you might have witnessed this sort of fight that I had on Facebook with a woman who is I guess she's an activist or community organizer or something, but she's one that believes deeply in marching and, demonstrating. Um, and she was always trying to get me involved in some kind of demonstration. And I was trying to explain to her that that's not really my thing. I think marches are good, all of that is good, protests are good, but that we don't all have to be doing the same things, and that we need so much. We need everything. We need people with absolutely every kind of skill imaginable. And we can't expect that everybody is going to be involved in everything. And we have to stop beating up on each other um, when we recognize that everyone's not doing the same thing. So she really did not understand what I was saying, and she went berserk and really started calling me everything but a child of God. And I've had to defriend very few people in my Facebook life, but she was one.
Wow.
Okay.
That's brave.
Sometimes you have to do it.
Yes.
All right, John.
Wow.
Thank you. I think for me, personally, I don't think that there's someone who is fully happy, fully healthy all the time. I think that, you know, you catch any of us on a different day where we're in our feelings, and, you know, something may have happened. I don't think anybody escapes tragedy, and I don't think anybody escapes those hard feelings that come with it. So there will be times in your life where you're just not happy. I think the issue for me is, if I'm going to be honest, is not expecting people to be perfect. Because when you fall off the pedestals that I put you on, I want to kick you to the curb. I don't know how to have a wide enough tent so that people can fit underneath it, but that doesn't mean you have to be up close next to me. So if there's something that you are struggling with and you're not there yet in your own life, who am I to demand that you should be perfect when I'm around? You know, and that's something that that I'm always working on, the fact that you're not going to find people who are perfectly whole, perfectly happy. People go through stuff, and they're going to try to dump their stuff on you at times. And those are the times where I need to find the compassion. And it was funny because I had this woman, I'm a writer, and I had this woman at a writers group this week, and she was saying how people from her island brought the Black Panther Party brought the Black Power movement to this country, and I was offended. And so I just said to her, I think it's wider than that. There were more people who were involved, and that no, African Americans didn't just wait until the 60s to fight back. You know, we were doing it since the first slave got here. We had revolts, and so she and I got into a big argument. I mean, a big argument. I haven't had a good big argument like that in years. And then when I got home, I remembered that this woman is an insomniac, and she hadn't slept in 3 or 4 days. And my heart changed. My heart just changed. You know, so I'm working on finding out where people are and loving them with a longer spoon and say, okay, I don't have to bring the heat that you bring into me. So I'm going to stop there because I could just go on and on. So thank you.
Okay.
No, but thank you for that point. I find myself struggling a lot these days with people's imperfections, and where I think I used to be really tolerant, extra tolerant. The older I get, the harder it is for me to do that. But you're right, nobody's perfect. Thank you.
It's true.
I sleep to keep myself from being pessimistic, which is why, Kim, when you said your friend was an insomniac, I completely understood how she could be a little crazy. I don't suffer from it. My mom does, though. She takes Ambien for it, but I sleep. My mom says I came out the womb sleeping. I really believe in stopping everything to take a nap if I become too overwhelmed, and that's definitely helped me out. I've never said no to a time to sleep. But I do have, as y'all know from the last book and just conversations, really bad days sometimes. Especially because I did go to a predominantly white school, and that's not anything new. A lot of students usually do, but my mom kept us very sheltered here in Atlanta, and so I didn't realize how much so until I left, and so that really changed my life going to Worcester. But I slept a whole lot during my 4 years there. I took a lot of power naps, and yeah. But have you experienced the power of compassion? I don't know how to answer that question. I think I've experienced the power of grace, but I'm not. But maybe that is compassion, depending on how you look at it.
Yes.
So in that case, I've definitely witnessed grace. My brother, I don't know if y'all have seen him walking in between the camera every now and then since I've been sitting in the living room, but he was born very active pregnancy my mom had, but when he was born he wasn't breathing. And my grandmother and my father prayed until he started to. They had to do like little baby shockers on him, and he started to breathe, and his name actually means God is gracious. So and I don't think they knew that when they named him that, but I've experienced, so remembering his birth definitely helps me on the bad days.
Thank you for that. And sleeping is fine. That's what babies do. And they're smarter than many of us.
I read this book. It was a fiction book, but it had some nonfiction in it. But it was saying children usually survive being lost in the woods or lost like at sea and stuff because they listen to their bodies. They sleep when they need to. They run when they need to. You know, they're not like adults who feel like we got to do everything right now and fix it. They are very attentive to who they are, and so which is why they tend to survive in cases like that.
Wow.
You know, I'm like that too, Randie. I believe in naps. But Venita is always teasing me because she says, you know, I just move at my own pace, and you can't, you know, you can't rush me. But you know, I do. I try to make myself comfortable.
That's important.
Georgette, will not make Michelle Odom move any faster, any quicker, or make her do anything that she does not want. It's never going to happen. So the best thing is to fall back, and wait till she get the signal. Whenever she gets the signal, and then you can move forward. But until then, just fall back. It's not going to happen.
All right.
But that's with all of us. That's why we're here, because we're those people that won't put up with anything or everything that somebody's putting down. That's why we feel each other, because we stand for something, and we won't just go for anything. And you can't make us do what we don't want to. You can't make us move any quicker than we don't want to. We will slow down, we will think about it, we'll contemplate it before we do it. And that's why we're all attracted to each other. That's what I believe.
That, you know, that's interesting. What I'm hearing through everybody's story is that we're having compassion for ourselves in the different things that we do. And that's probably the first step. You know, you have to take care of yourself.
That's right, Georgette.